Williams-Devries head. Seeing if I've got... no, nobody's listening. You're probably all still tucked up in bed. I'm live streaming. Yeah, so got to remember where the camera is. Yes, so I haven't live streamed in a while. I don't feel that the live streaming platform on YouTube is conducive to what I want to be putting on, which is high quality sounding music, and I find that podcasts are better for that, or just the pre-recorded YouTube videos. I just recorded a 16-part motet today, and I'm trying to work out how to edit it so that I can get the 16 me's on YouTube. So we've had our Christmas Day here. We're waiting for Boxing Day, which is the Boxing Day test match. So I'm having a few Christmas night bevies. Yes, I'm drinking sparkling white wine out of a normal glass. So that's very naughty of me, but I drink it like lolly water. I love the stuff. Can't get enough of it. Anyway, so just thought I'd let you know how my year has gone. It's been an interesting year, actually. Started very badly with the death of my brother-in-law and subsequent funeral and grief in the family. That was tough. And then COVID hit. And actually that was fantastic for me. Being an autistic and not like leaving the house anyway, suddenly you couldn't leave the house, and I couldn't be happier. And I discovered all sorts of interesting people on YouTube. I read a lot of books, and discovered the sort of the madrigal and the motet. Really, really loving Renaissance music. I've actually formed part of a Renaissance ensemble called the Monteverdi Ensemble. So that's been fun, but what I've been doing is I found that 4 parts weren't just cutting it enough for me in complexity. So I decided to up the parts. I discovered Gesualdo last year, and so I've been recording his madrigals. He's an interesting chap. But all sorts of Renaissance composers, Gabrielli in particular. I'm enjoying his Sacre Symphony. Smeltzer, although technically Middle Baroque, I've been enjoying his work as well, especially his Sacro Profunctus. Sacro. That's a really, really good work that I will put on YouTube at some stage. It's very exhausting not only be recording these works, but then having to record them on video and then edit the video so that I get all the bits of me on the screen, because I like to show all the different parts at once. So I've explored a lot of interesting works. I explored Bach's Art of Fugue, again, Sacro Profanus, Contentus Musicus, very fun work, and a few other Smeltzer. things. I've been exploring the Bois Mortier. I mean, this is Baroque now, but the Bois Mortier concertos for 5 flutes. I haven't been releasing any of this stuff, although I will at some point. I go through these periods where I don't particularly want to be on camera, although not tonight. That's good. So this year, at the urging of my psychologist, I started another Master of Music, this time concentrating on research, and that's been going quite well. I did a subject on advanced music theory, and I learnt heaps, and also a subject on current perspectives in music education, and learnt heaps there and did really, really well. I got a 7 for that. We've got a rating system from 1 to 7, 7 being the best, and I got a 7 for that because I was quite surprised, given that I was quoting The Simpsons and my favourite YouTube live streaming geology professor that I discovered earlier this year, and you will have noticed that a lot of my uploads have featured this guy called Nick Zentner, who's a pretty funny guy, pretty smart guy, and so I've been enjoying learning about geology and taking the piss out of him because he loves it. Funny guy. So yeah, just thought I'd fill you guys in what's in. So next year, on my way to hopefully a PhD, I've got to do my master's thesis first. I never did a master's thesis when I did my previous master's, it's performance masters. So I'm going to do the research methods subject, and then I'm also going to do a psychology for musicians subject, which hopefully will hone my research skills even further. I'm really loving research, reading paper after paper after paper. Not all of the music, actually. A few geology papers here and there, what I could make out of them. Done a few geology of Brisbane, and also I include the history of Brisbane and also the architecture of Brisbane, because both are tied in so closely with the geology of Brisbane. And when it cools down a bit and school goes back, I look forward to doing some more videos, and also when this COVID dies down a bit, I want to go down to Mount Warning, which is the largest erosion caldera in Australia, if not the world. It used to be a huge shield volcano, and I want to go up to the Glasshouse Mountains as well, which are rhyolitic plugs. I just got a drone. Hubby's probably going to buy me another recorder to complete my Renaissance set. See, one person's there. I'd love to know who you are and what you'd like to ask me. You can ask me anything. I like to reach out to the fans. It's always interesting to know what you like and why I've taken such a dramatic direction away from clarinet playing to recorder playing. Although that's quite simple, I wanted to play Renaissance and Baroque music, and not a lot of clarinet stuff written for that, and I wanted to play it on the authentic instruments. I've become very interested in historically informed performance, and joined a few groups, and I love exploring especially Renaissance music. I find the polyphony of Renaissance music really enticing. especially when you have compositions for 2, 3 and even 4 choirs. I enjoy using my Mutec skills to sort of pan the speaker so that you get different choirs coming out of different speakers. Yeah, so I just did a 16-part motet by Andrea Gabrielli today, and I'll upload that. When I work out how to put it on YouTube, when I work out the software of Vegas, yeah, so that's going to be a challenge, and I'll get onto that tomorrow. It took me a while to record the piece, sort of all afternoon, but it was very worthwhile. It's only about 2 minutes. So it's probably not prime time for my American fans. But I know European fans will be waking up to a Merry Christmas. Yeah, I know things are terrible over there. Things are pretty normal here in Australia. We went out to a lovely Christmas lunch. Lots of seafood. Lots and lots of seafood actually, and some fruit and lovely desserts. Moreton Bay bugs, prawns, oysters. I don't know if you know what a Moreton Bay bug is, but and I can't share screen, can I? No. Just yeah, so if anyone wants to tune in, feel very free to do so. If you've unwrapped all your presents and the turkey's baking in the oven, and you don't wish to talk to the in-laws, yeah, so I suppose the highlight of my year was discovering this live streaming professor of geology on YouTube. Really, really engaging, funny stuff, and I've learnt heaps. And I only wish that there were music professors like that, but I suppose there's only one of these professors in the world. He's quite a unique, teacher. He actually makes me jealous of his teaching ability, because I'd always looked down on teaching because I'd always wanted to be a performer. And I tried to go into teaching and had such a dim view of it that I quit it after about 9 months. Well, tried to quit it after about 6. And never, tried once or twice to go back to it, never really took to it. You, of course, if you've been following me for years, would know of my clarinet tuition videos. That's about as close as I want to get to people when I teach them, is through a computer screen. Anyway, you can ask me any questions you like in the comments section. If I don't get anyone tuning in the next few minutes, I'll sign off. But yeah, I want there to be a dialogue. I sometimes get suggestions, oh, you should record this, you should record this. I just sort of pick whatever I like out of IMSLP that day and record that. IMSLP is a wonderful, wonderful resource. I've got the app. If you haven't got the app, it's brilliant. And I may actually start taking the scores that require transcription and adding that to my repertoire as well. Anyway, I think I shall go back to my wine and editing this 16-part motet. Seems you're all otherwise engaged. I don't know, maybe I'll try this again tomorrow night, and maybe I'll get the following. Yeah, so signing off from Brisbane, Australia. I might do some podcasts as well to keep myself entertained. Alright, bye for now.